What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, more news has come out about a story I did a couple of days ago that was hard to believe out of Coney Island, New York. Shout out Coney Island. And this supposedly took place at a nursing retirement home or nursing home, whatever you want to call it nowadays, in which a 95-year-old woman, pictured here. Her name is Galina Smirnova, and this woman is a dementia patient, and she had a roommate. This woman here, her name is Nina Kratzoff. Ms. Kratzoff, supposedly 89 years old, was a Holocaust survivor, and now she's dead because her head, and I don't mean to be graphic, was smashed in by these names, Smirnova, with a piece of a wheelchair. Now, this woman has dementia, and she's given no bond, so they are going to press charges and lock her up. But a lot of questions go on with this, and I think, honestly, these two people shouldn't have been together because the 95-year-old lady has dementia, and I'm more than sure there are some type of, regulations where they have to be put away from people that don't have dementia for safety reasons, both for themselves and for the patient. This nursing home needs to be held fully accountable. Here's the story.
95-year-old woman is being held tonight without bail. She's accused of murdering her 89-year-old roommate at a nursing home in Brooklyn. And tonight, a lawyer for the victim's family is talking to Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Rincon about the tragedy.
The way she died is like in a Stephen King horror movie.
The violent death in a Coney Island nursing home of an 89-year-old Holocaust survivor and great-grandmother, allegedly at the hands of her 95-year-old roommate, has left her family broken.
This didn't have to happen. This should never have happened.
95-year-old Galina Smirnova was arraigned on a murder charge today in Brooklyn Criminal Court. According to prosecutors, she was discovered by a staff member at Seagate Nursing Home washing blood off herself and around the room she had shared with Nina Kratzoff for only 2 days. Nina Kratzoff was dead, according to the medical examiner, of blunt force trauma.
She was asleep at sometime around 9 o'clock, and by 10 o'clock, she was beaten to a pulp.
The alleged murder weapon, a leg rest from Smirnova's wheelchair found discarded outside the building. Kratzoff's family's attorney Randy Zellin is normally a defense lawyer and tells us dementia plays a legal role here in 2 ways. First, in a likely civil suit against Seagate, which had been Kratzoff's home for several years, arguing that it shouldn't have paired a patient with dementia with a roommate in a brand new environment without some supervision. And second, if the defense makes the case Smirnova didn't know what she was doing.
Dementia can bring on, unprovoked, out of nowhere, a fit of complete rage. So defensively, that's the defense. Now, be interesting to see how that plays in against the backdrop of apparently discarding the piece of the wheelchair, washing her hands in the bathroom. Now suddenly we begin to see, maybe I do know what I was doing.
Attorney Randy Zellin says a team here at his office will be seeking justice for the family, looking to hold Seagate accountable if it could have prevented the tragedy with different protocols or staffing. We've reached out, but there has been no comment from the nursing home. In Midtown, Sonia Rincon, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Hey guys, you seen it. 95-year-old woman, no bond, no bail, for the brutal murder of an 89-year-old woman that supposedly survived the Holocaust. And that's the crazy part about it. You survived Nazi-era Germany and all these other dictators, but you couldn't survive being in a room with a 95-year-old woman at 89 years old. That's sad, man. You know, you never know when you're going to meet your bitter end. But to go through all of that hell in the part of your life where you can't even rest in your final days. Makes no sense. Now, I'm going to bring up two things. First thing is this. I honestly believe this falls entirely on Seagate, that retirement place. And I'm more than sure when people have dementia, you know, you've seen the different things of what people do when they don't have dementia and stuff. They either should be by themselves or should be monitored. Now, you know what I'm saying? My grandfather had dementia. I don't know that much about it. I never seen him when he had dementia. But it's just crazy how people that are not in their right mind and are in a place where they're supposed to be taken care of with a full staff, this type of stuff is allowed to happen. It's unfortunate what happened to this lady. You know what I'm saying? Miss Nina. And if you listen to the story closely, they only were roommates for 2 days. And she killed her. Now looking at this woman here, she wheelchair bound. So she must have took that piece, that leg piece off the wheelchair and just wheeled over there and just hit her while she was in the bed. Because they said she went to sleep at 9 o'clock. So she killed her in her sleep. And they talking about they came in there and she was washing her hands off. And they were like, oh, well, you know, something comes out of, you know, oh, well, was it intent? Did she know what she was doing? You know, to hear the lawyer talk, because she washed her hands. Yeah, when people got stuff on their hands, they're going to wash them, crazy or not, a lot of times. But that brings me to the second thing I want to talk to you guys about real quick before I get out of here. First thing was that they left them unattended. Second thing is this. Do you ever notice how strange of a monster the criminal justice is? Here, this woman has a diagnosed mental illness. Partly the reason she's in that home because she can't care for herself or think for herself at some times, where she needs constant monitoring to make sure she doesn't hurt herself or others in this case. They dig into that. She already has dementia, so you know. But a lot of factors go into the case. At 95 years old, a lot of factors go into the case. Was it intent? Was she in the right mind or was she not? They'll do all of this different stuff, right? And investigate this. But you have crimes that are like straight open book in black and white. And they don't judge them efficiently. You pay attention to that? Some cases get a certain type of, you know, study and care in trying to find out whether the person's intentions were true or not, where people that have true intentions and do some of the most horrible stuff get deals because they don't want to deal with this and spend that money of how much a trial costs. I just figured I'd bring that up because, I mean, a lot of people overlook that situation. You got people out here that do stuff to children, do stuff to other people, you know, and like you can see what the whole thing was about. They get deals. Whereas this case, they're deeming it as complex, and because of her mental illness, and further studies need to be taken care of. And what's crazier is they gave her no bond, and they're going to charge her even if she in her right mind or not. Y'all peep that? So this lady right here, now I don't know if they're going to send her to Rikers Island, but they're not showing her no leniency, even if she was in her right mind or not. So all that studying don't mean nothing if the end result is going to be what the end result is. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care. The world is getting crazier, and these stories are getting crazier. Nobody's seen this coming. 95 years old. You up to your waist in your gravesite. And you go and are strong enough to pick up a metal piece and give somebody the business. Jesus Christ. See you in the next video. Take care.